What's up, guys? How are you? Happy Thursday. We're here on Ozu. Ozu is, I think it's a wine, but anyway,
Greek.
It's a Greek wine, and I'm probably saying it wrong.
Uzo.
Uzo. I think we're live. Yeah, we're live. Anyway, I know I'm wearing a kind of funky hat, and I'm looking a little strange here. Douglas Realtor Homes, what's up? Amber Lynn, what's up? Homes by Chevrolet, what's up? Spencer C, what's up?
What do you guys think of the pineapples in this
What do you
hat?
guys think about this? I think it's pretty cool. So today I got a special guest. We've had her before. She's my girlfriend, JJ Johnson, and she's a performance coach. So she helps entrepreneurs and founders with their business, with their company in terms of Hold on. We got JJ over here. Hold on. There she is. What's up?
Guys.
What's up? Hello from New Jersey. What's up? Douglas has been following me for a while. I know Douglas.
We got a nice little happy hour crowd here.
So we took basically like a half day off, a little bit, not really, but we're on our sailboat, and I'll show you.
It's only a half day. We haven't done any work since noon.
Yes. So I'm gonna show you where we're at right now. This is Marina Del Rey. There's JJ. Hello. And this is our view right now. We're in the marina at Marina Del Rey. There's a little sailboat right there. Beautiful day, about 75 degrees. And we're here doing our live. So the reason why I brought JJ on is because I know we have a lot of, new realtors and, a lot of agents in general that have been doing the business for a long time. And what JJ does is she helps people like us, realtors and, again, founders of companies with hundreds of agents of employees. So I'm gonna just ask her a few questions, and hopefully she can help you guys out. Also, if you guys have any questions for her, let us know in the comments. Shannon, what's up? Andre, what's up?
Can everyone hear okay?
Yes.
I know it's kind of noisy back here.
Yeah, let us know if you guys can hear us. We're trying to talk loud since we're on this iPad, and hopefully you guys can hear us. If you guys can hear us, just let us know, and we will maybe go inside the boat. Okay, so first question for JJ is, if you're working with a new agent who's looking to build their business, what are the top 3 to 5 things that you recommend them do, either before they get their license or right when they get their license, to kind of help them build their business? Because real estate is such a lonely business, right? It's like we don't have, you don't start off with an assistant or employees or help. You're kind of on your own. So a lot of agents get into the business thinking that it's going to be easy, and they're all excited, and then they get to the office and they don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Right? So, what are your tips for an agent?
Yeah. Everyone's situation is so different. Some people are already organized, some people are already networkers, but I would say just in general, definitely get some kind of mentor or have someone around you who is 5 to at least 10 years ahead of you, so they
Agreed.
can tell you what to do, what not to do, give you the real picture, right? We all come into new businesses kind of like naive and not really knowing what to expect. So I would say a mentor, and then also having
Get a lot of hearts on that one. That's a good one.
And then, so I like to think of it as above and then at the same level. So you also want to create a community of newer agents. So you guys, maybe you start a group chat.
I like this.
You have group support. You're all going through it together. You can kind of share and support each other and cheer each other on, because like you said, it can be really lonely to start a business.
Yeah.
And when you're not the only one going through certain things, you have other people around you. So if there's any way to network or connect with other brand new agents to just share the experience and
that's a good
have
idea.
That support.
Yeah, so start like a Facebook group, or I don't know about starting one, but I think there's probably a lot of Facebook groups for new agents, right? Get involved in those Facebook groups or other groups with agents that are in your same position, because you guys are all going through that same struggle together, right? And talking about a mentor, I never had a mentor growing up for real estate. I wish I did, and I wish I knew better. I now have a business coach. Can a business coach be a mentor?
Totally, yeah, totally. And one thing that's important about a business coach and a mentor is they can also be great for accountability. So if they tell you to go do something, the chances that you do it are like probably about 50% higher. When we are facing a challenge alone, that like resistance and that discomfort
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And I recall 2 years ago when I first hired my my real estate coach. It was about a 2 to 3 month process, and this is me, 12 years in the business, right? So I've been doing it for a long time, so a lot of real estate, and I knew that when I was going to hire a business coach, I was getting nervous. I was getting anxious because I knew that they were going to make me do things that are going to make me feel uncomfortable, right? Making cold calls, maybe getting up early and just having a good morning routine, door knocking, just like things like that, which you think as a realtor, you should be so personable and just that should be natural, right? To go door knocking and cold calling, but it's not. It's a very weird feeling. At least for me, it was. So I know that I was talking to her, and she said, if you're feeling scared about it, then you should do it, because that's a sign of growth, right? That's a sign of getting outside your comfort zone, and we both feel that the more things you do every single day that are challenging, that are difficult, you create a muscle. And then things become less difficult, So for me, it was cold calling that was really, getting me really anxious, right? So I started with doing like a cold shower in the morning, which is really,
That was going to be my next tip, which is do one thing every day outside your comfort zone, and that might sound like kind of generic, but what that does is it literally builds your confidence. So if you come into a new industry, you don't have a lot of confidence, but if you show yourself day after day, oh wow, I did that thing that I was afraid of and I'm not afraid of it anymore, you're going to start taking bigger actions and your tolerance goes up. And there's this really cool chart out there somewhere, this illustration that shows like the bigger your comfort zone, the better your quality of life, right? People who are more willing to take bigger actions and get uncomfortable, they're going to take bigger risks, bigger rewards, they're going to make more money. So discomfort equals success equals money. Get uncomfortable, get used to being uncomfortable, and remember that being uncomfortable isn't a sign that you should stop, it's a sign that you're on the right track. So yeah, that was my next point, was take uncomfortable action. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things you can do, because entrepreneurship is uncomfortable. Like, you're signing up to be uncomfortable, so you might as well embrace it and just, choose the discomfort yourself and really dive into that.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so let's see here. Who's on here? We got some questions. Elaine Marie says, hi, try Corner USA, find your passion, use it to expand sphere of influence. I love that. That's great.
Yeah.
She found her passion, which is coaching, and it's amazing how fast she was able to create referrals just through her own network. So I'm still, trying to, find my network and learn how to do that. I struggle with that. I think that's really hard. Most of my clients come from cold calling, which is very difficult. I feel like networking is probably a little bit easier. So that's something that, I need to work on. But let's see what else. We got some other questions here. Mentors are gold. Absolutely. They can hear us. I said yes. Peer support means you don't overwhelm a busy mentor as well.
Yeah, totally. And you're literally speaking to a group that's like wants to support you. Like, you're all there to support each other and to be in it together, and that honestly can be like the difference between quitting and staying in it. I want to go back to what you were saying though about the referrals thing, because I feel like talking about discomfort, is it that you're not pushing? Do you think maybe it's uncomfortable to push current clients for referrals? In real estate, I think you have to be a little pushier to be top of mind. Like, my job's a little easier. Referrals are a little easier because working with a coach, you get a little closer.
Yeah.
And so intimate. Maybe the room for growth for you is to be a little more assertive and really tell people, like, hey guys, the biggest compliment you can give me is to refer me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's something that I definitely have to work on. I don't know, maybe I feel bad or I feel like I'm imposing when I ask for referrals, but my coach Tom Ferry always says you need to ask for it. You need to ask for it, and that's something I'm working on. But like you said, our business, we're very intimate for like 30 days.
Right.
But we're not talking about personal stuff for the most part. And every client is different. There's some clients I'm very close with and some that I'm not close with at all. But I think in the future, I also want to start creating events for people to come. And I think one of those events is, I know how to sail a boat. We're on a sailboat right now. I can also be on a catamaran. I think having people on a catamaran, having an event on a catamaran would be really, really fun.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot of people that are joining. Hold on, let's see what other questions.
Agents.
Naman says, how are you? I run a hill every morning now.
Wow,
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's another tip is first thing in the morning, get your energy in a good place. Your energy is everything. If you get on cold calls with kind of sluggish, you're hopping out of bed, you're not really awake yet, you're kind of anxious about the call versus getting up and moving your body and moving that excess like leftover stress and anxiety from the day before. So when you get on the call, you're excited. People can feel that you're in a good place. Energy is everything. So really take care of your energy. Think about what you're eating. Think about the kind of sleep you're getting. Think about the people that you're surrounding yourself with. So if you are around people who are not supportive of you starting your own business or are skeptical or they're not doing a lot with their lives, limit your time with them. And what I have clients too who've told me, I want to surround myself with inspiring people, but I don't know anyone inspiring. And so what I say is listen to podcasts, watch YouTube, hang out with Tony Robbins in the morning, right? Like read a book. You can hang out with these really successful people without having to know them, but then you're really immersing yourself in these inspiring people versus maybe if the people around you aren't up to big things, that can really offer a lot more.
Yeah, I think
potential.
that's a really good point. That's a really good point because before I joined coaching, there was a lot of successful agents at my office. I'm at Hilton and Hyland. There's agents that are making, $4 or $5 million a year in selling real estate. They're selling $500 million in real estate, right? And I was always really intimidated. But since I started coaching with Tom Ferry, there's an ecosystem there. And so now I role play with 3 different people every single week. And we always talk about our business and we always push each other. And if we're feeling down, we try to get that person back up to where they should be. So I think it's really important to have that system. She's really good at it. I know that she joined something called Illume, where it's like a sisterhood, right?
Yeah. So I'm part of a women's group, which is really great. It's like anywhere you can share your ups and downs with other people, and just remember that you're not in it alone. And we're all going through at every level of success. We're all going through our ups and downs and our challenges and our obstacles, and remembering that can just give you more hope and more patience for the journey, because the journey of entrepreneurship is hard, and it never really gets easier because you're always at the next level and there's a new kind of obstacle or challenge in the way. So,
for sure. So Tricorner USA says take a hobby and make it social. That's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's
a great way to network.
Yeah, we joined sailing 7 months ago, and the first month I met some guy that was gonna develop like 7 properties in the Hollywood Hills, right? And he's in the entertainment business, so that was a client right away. So that was amazing.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That was super easy. Escalon Realty says, what tips can you give to new agents? So we kind of already went through that, but she doesn't know real estate. She's more of like an overall business coach.
I kind of come in and look at a given situation and a person and their industry, and then kind of like prescribe certain things to them. But I would say like the ones we covered are really great. Also, having structure is super important as an entrepreneur. If you wake up and you're just kind of responding to whatever shows up in your day, you're not working strategically. So one thing I see people doing is just working. So just waking up and like working on stuff without what am I working towards. So having a long-term plan, planning a year out for what you want to achieve, and then working your way backwards with milestones that tell you what are my goals for each quarter, that tells you what are my goals for the next couple of weeks, and then that tells you when you wake up in the morning what you should be prioritizing. So having that long-term plan to give you direction and to give you intention for day-to-day versus just I'm waking up, what should I work on today? Is much more powerful. I
bet you 99% of agents don't have a business plan. I didn't have one for the first 13 years of my career, which is insane. I woke up in the morning and I just said, I'm going to call this guy back and this guy back, but it was like calling new people. Was I trying to get new business, right? So my income was never stable. There's years that I had some good years and some okay years. Luckily, we live in LA, so there's a couple of deals is good enough if you live simply.
And you know why that is? It's why it sounds like common sense to have a game plan, right? But like we're in jobs our whole lives, we're in school, and we're never taught this stuff. Like we're never taught how to lead ourselves. And so when you start a business, we don't have those skills. We just do what we used to do at our job, which was wake up and kind kind of just do what was in front of us. Whereas entrepreneurship, you need to be a year ahead. You need to be thinking strategically in addition to working in your business. You need to be working on your business. So I think a really big tip too, if you've just left the corporate world, is asking how is the mindset different from being an employee to being my own employer? How do I need to be a better leader for my business? Because there's so many mindset shifts in so many ways that things change when you become your own boss.
Yeah, for sure. And I think my number one tip is you got to prospect, whatever that means to you. Cold calling, door knocking, sending mailers out, social media.
Consistent action.
But talking to 5 to 10 new people per day. If you do that, just 5 to 10 new people per day, for 5 days a week, I'll tell you right now, you're gonna make a lot of money. And that's hard to. Even I have trouble, talking to 5 people a day, and I cold call for a couple hours, right? All right. So what else?
There's a question for you down here.
All right. How do you teach new agents to convert leads without making it obvious, or salesperson? Offer help. Be of service. How can I help you? For a buyer nowadays, it's really hard to show your value as a real estate agent, because you got Zillow and Redfin and you got all this data now. For a seller, it's a little bit easier, right? But for a buyer, how do you differentiate yourself? How can you offer value? Well, you can tell them about the inspection process, right? Which is a really kind of stressful process for them, and tell them all the steps in a transaction, because a lot of people just don't know. They'll go online, but every state is different, right? Another thing is
so it sounds like even having creating a sheet of paper with just all the differences that you can memorize, so when someone asks you or you come up against that, have that in front of you, have that memorized, so that it just comes out of you naturally and you can really sell that difference.
Yeah, and again, you're not going there and asking for the business. You're just offering value and just helping out, and they'll feel that. If you're looking at it as, oh, I want to get this commission, they're gonna feel it. They're gonna feel this guy's a salesman. He doesn't really care about me. If you care about your clients, they will notice that for sure, and they're gonna feel that sincere, this guy really wants to help me out. This guy really, is gonna, have my back, and he's not gonna just try to, sell this house for really cheap.
Yeah, I think that's another great point, is putting your focus on helping people versus making money, because people can sense that. And so if you go in just being excited about connecting with new people and how can I serve them and how can I make this a great process versus this person equals $50,000 commission, you're going to have a lot more luck connecting with people and having them sense that from you. So energy is super important.
Yeah. All right, so we got project skincare. Okay, I'm not sure if you're in real estate, but writing down a plan is important, I think. That's true. Practical knowledge is much different than textbook theory. Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I have a bachelor's in business administration. Literally, not one thing I learned from college I use as a real estate agent. It's crazy how going to school isn't going to really prep you unless you're going to be a doctor or a dentist or whatever. But for entrepreneurs, even if you get your MBA, you finish school and you're like, what do I have to do? How do I start a business? They don't teach you anything about creating an LLC or paying taxes or all these other things.
That's why I feel like lives like this are so helpful, because you're literally just listening to someone else giving you their lessons so that you don't have to go through the same thing, right? It's that's why we love this stuff. It's the practical knowledge of people who've already been through it. So again, the mentor thing is so important.
Yeah, and that's what I love about the Tom Ferry Network, and I always talk about it, because if you listen to his podcast, you can really feel that he wants to help out people, right? So, being part of that ecosystem is great, because you kind of just embody what he is, right? And if you listen to his podcast, great interviews with agents. Those are some of my favorite podcasts, when he interviews agents that are doing really well and they tell you what's working, right? For me, what's working is cold calling, door knocking, letters to sellers on envelopes, handwritten letters, neon envelopes with a really funky stamp, right? I already said door knocking, cold calling, geofarm, right? And now open houses. In California, now we can do open houses. So this weekend, I'm doing 2 open houses, Saturday and Sunday, for a new listing that we have. So I'm going to have my iPad out. I'm going to have Spacio, which is a great app for open houses. people are going to be able to log on. Well, they'll be able to register right on my iPad. They'll leave their email and their name and phone number on there, right? They have to register in order to get access to the house. And once they do that, I'll have that information, and Spacio will automatically send a follow-up email to them an hour or two later, however I want it, with a video saying, thanks for coming by to the open house.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's amazing, right?
I love all the new technology.
So yeah.
I was gonna say, I love this. I like this question. What's your advice I'm sure you have a better answer than I do,
Yeah.
but I would love to just say that, because I love to go into business and see what's not working. So I feel like if you're brand new, go to open houses, check out the realtors in your area, and have a notepad and note the things that they're not doing well. And then build your brand around that. Like you did that. You saw that when people's houses were expired, the pictures were terrible, the agents weren't doing a good job. You literally created an offering around what other people weren't doing.
Yeah.
So go check out what's missing in the market, in your local market, and figure out what other realtors aren't doing, and then sell yourself as the person that's going to be the realtor that does all of those things.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, talking about expired and canceled listings, when I go to that seller and I pitch, my strategy, I have to really pick apart the other agent, right? And the reason why a house doesn't sell, it's the agent, the marketing, or the price, right? A lot of times the expires is a price, but right now it's a really, really hot market in LA. So a lot of times these agents take really bad photos or whatnot, or they don't tell the seller, hey, let's paint these rooms, let's stage this house. It's gonna make a big difference. They don't have the courage to say, or they don't know how to sell it to their clients. But I think that's a good point. See what agents aren't doing well, but also go to top agents' open houses, talk to them.
And that.
Yes, see what they're doing, right? And just ask them. Like, I love when other agents ask me, even in LA, like, hey, I see that you're doing well, what are you doing? And I'm always open to like telling people, because you know what? There's so much business to go around.
There's enough for everyone.
There's enough for everyone.
When you help other people, that comes back to you.
It always comes back to you. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see what else we got. N. Lynn Bauer, what's up? Adrian. I think that answers your question, says PC. He's from Mexico.
Yeah, I think I love seeing what good agents are doing well, but also notice like I only know because of you. I went to some open houses and I was just amazed at things people were not doing well. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, this is what I would do as a realtor. So check out what people are not doing well and share that when you talk to potential clients.
Yep, agreed. So I think we missed one question here. Save your questions and notes and then give them to your mentor all at once. They will love you for this. Yeah. I mean, I think that's a good, that's a good point, right? Just get some feedback on, whatever you're feeling, during that whole week. And if you have a talk, once a week or once a month, I think that's important. What else? We've been here for close to, 20 minutes. So again, JJ works with founders, entrepreneurs, helping them with their business, helping them with their own personal stuff that will affect their business, which is crazy. So
that's another piece too that I would love to throw out there is like, I see a lot of really ambitious and successful people who think that work and life are separate, and they have relationship issues, they have health issues, they're not taking care of themselves, and I can literally come in and see how that is bleeding into the business. You can't be at full capacity in your business if you're not taking care of the rest of your life, if you're leaving things kind of in limbo. So you'll notice that as you start taking care of the other parts of your life, and especially yourself, your performance in your business, your ideas, your creativity, your drive, all of that's going to improve. So don't look at life and work as separate. Really make sure that you are paying attention to all the areas because they all really support one another.
Yeah, that's a good point. We both see a not really a therapist, but he's like a heart healer. I don't know what you would call him.
It's kind of someone that just helps you process the things that come up in life. So the idea is that once you clear out a lot of it, you just are a clean slate, right? And then you can kind of just handle things as they come in. So we try to keep ourselves clear of the stuff that can build up, right? I think it's kind of hard to describe. But
yeah, I mean, there's so many things that affect how we act, and they really, dictate how we are, right? And there are things that happen when we were kids or when we're teenagers or whatever, right? So if you don't clear that out of your system, you may be really shy and you have no idea why. So now as a realtor, if you're really shy, good luck. That's going to be really tough.
Yeah.
That's going to be really tough.
Yeah, totally. Or self-worth issues, if you're growing up, like, for whatever reason, you didn't feel good about yourself, you have low self-esteem, that is going to show up in your business. It's going to be really hard to make money because money represents our self-worth. So you feel like you have any self-esteem or self-worth issues, that's super important to address if you want to run a business, because that's really going to show up there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So work on yourself, not only your business, not only your business.
You work on yourself, it'll show up in your business, and you will literally, your bottom line will change the more that you invest in the other parts of your life. So, I think we have this like hustle culture that's out there that tells us to just hustle and sacrifice for our business, and like we brag about how many hours we work and how we, don't have a life, but that actually doesn't serve us. We really need to be whole, healthy people in order to be the best we can be for our business.
Yeah, agreed. All right, guys, if you guys have any questions, let us know. We want to help you out in any way we can. I'm also going to show you, for those that weren't here earlier, I want to show you where we're at right now. We are in Marina del Rey, and we're enjoying this beautiful day. And there's JJ over here giving us all the good tips. Thanks, babe. Appreciate it. Check out, this is the world's largest man-made marina. I think there's like, I don't know, a few thousand boats here. People in their paddle boards. But we're here in front of Burton Chase Park on this beautiful Benetau. And we decided to take a little half day and do some work from here. JJ had a call from here earlier. It's a little messy, but I want to show you the inside. Yeah, it's a little messy here, guys. Sorry, but check this out. Beautiful boat. We have this boat on a timeshare, so we use it a few times a month, but we love this thing. Got a bed over here, and I think I'm gonna jump in the water, babe. You wanna come in?
Yeah.
In this really clean,
lovely marina water.
In this really clean marina water. All right, guys. Let me know if you have any other questions. We'll sign off here in a couple minutes. Any last words, babe?
Last words about
just whatever you want to say. There's, again, most of my followers are real estate agents, and they're maybe looking to get into luxury real estate, right?
Yeah.
And my path was a little bit different, and some other ones can be different.
I think my biggest message, because I've started 2 businesses, is like, it is supposed to be hard. You are not doing something wrong if it's taking a long time, if you don't feel like you're good at it, if you're afraid to do things all day that it looks like everyone else is doing, and don't compare yourself to other people, right? Yeah. When we usually compare our worst point to someone's best point, right? Like what they're presenting to the outside world, and then we're like, oh, they have it together and I don't, and I'm not good at this. But no one's good at it when they start, and if you stick it out and you can be with all that discomfort and fear and all the stuff that comes up, like, you will get there eventually. So just sit through it and know that it's totally normal.
For sure. And there's a lot of people here that want to get into luxury real estate, and I feel like you need to have a certain mindset too, because a lot of people are so scared. Oh, luxury real estate is going to be so hard. The people are so different. I didn't grow up in LA. I didn't grow up in Beverly Hills. I grew up in the suburbs. I was selling $200,000 to $300,000 houses when I first started selling real estate, and now I'm selling houses up to $5, $6, $7 million, right?
Yeah.
And so there's a mindset that comes with that. Obviously, my journey was different, and I got that, little by little over time. But what would your advice be for somebody that wants to get into luxury real estate and they're not from a luxury area, or they don't know anybody in that world, in that luxury world?
Yeah, I mean, I would say mindset, and having a mindset coach is huge, because a lot of where we think we're not good enough for something are just beliefs that were developed when we were younger. So if we grew up in a poorer area, or just not as wealthy of an area, and then we see like Beverly Hills, we automatically, something inside of us goes, oh, I'm not good enough for that, right? And even if we go get a job at a firm there, when we interact with clients, that belief will be present. So join a mindset mastermind, hire a mindset coach, read about it if you can afford it. There's a ton of books out there. Go deep, reprogram yourself. I know that sounds like a lot of work. The other option is kind of what Paul did, where he kind of slowly acclimated by being an assistant, and then acclimating so that you have time to adjust. Yeah. Versus there's this thing way up on this pedestal and we think we're way down here. Yeah. It's going to be really hard to do that. So do some mindset work, or just assistant job in a luxury area can be really great too. Yeah. Although there'll probably still be some mindset stuff if you're not used to that. So mindset is priceless. I think that's honestly one of the biggest favors you can do for yourself in your career, is to work on your mindset and your beliefs.
Yeah, and if you guys have any questions for me or for JJ, you know, even after this IG live, or if you're watching later on at nighttime, you know, or on your drive, you know, reach out to me, reach out to her. She's always always happy to help out in any way she can. You know, she helps other agents as well, besides founders and entrepreneurs doing other kind of businesses like tech or lawyers, right? But she's helped me with my business. And so if you guys have any questions, you know, feel free to reach out. There's also, I didn't realize there's a questions button here. So we got some questions. How do I look as good as you two? Who is that? I love that one. That's so cute.
Oh, are these anonymous?
Yeah, I guess anonymous. Just started door knocking here in Long Beach as a new realtor. What should I bring? Okay, so if you're door knocking, I would always bring something of value, right? And what do people want, right? Sorry, there's a helicopter right above us. People want to know what their home is worth, right? That's it. So you can either bring, you know, like a cookie and then like a market report, but just go in there with good energy. That's the most important thing. Smile, because if
leave someone happier than when you left them.
Yeah, and listen, you're gonna get people that are not happy and they're just like, I don't want to talk to you, or you know, don't come here ever again. That's normal. That's gonna happen. You're also kind of invading their privacy, but most people are so nice. You know, even in these luxury areas, you know, I go door knock houses that are, you know, $5, $6, $7 million, and they're nice people. You know, they're nice people. So bring something of value, and have a smile, and just talk to them. You know, hey, you know, I saw the house down the street, or hey, you know, I'm working in this area, and I know the market. Do you know what your house is worth? Or I'm working with some buyers. Have you had any thoughts of selling? You always want to ask them if they've had any thoughts of selling. And you always want to ask them, you know, what do you think your house is worth, right? So you start, you know, kind of peeling the onion too. If they start talking to you, then there's a little bit of interest there, right? And if they start talking to you, get their number, you know, get their email address, put them in your database, and just follow up. You know, 4 to 6% of people per year are gonna sell, right? So if you door knock 100 houses, you will have door knocked 4 to 6 houses that will sell in that year. So, you know, you can probably door knock 100 houses in 2 hours. So you'll meet a client every 2 hours, right? If you go door knocking, it's a great way to find business. All right, more questions. Favorite apps as a newbie agent? I like Spacio for open houses. If you're running you're not running a team. A CRM is super important. Have a CRM. That's really all you need. I mean, what else do I use? I use Slack, but you know, I have a team. We use BombBomb is really good. She uses BombBomb too, very effective. Sending emails with a video. What else? Another systems we use. I think that's it. But yeah, great question, Bridget Real Estate. Please save this last so I can listen to it later on. Much grateful. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for the thumbs up on there. How do you handle a low appraisal? Nick Hurley, Realtor. Okay, first off, in my career, in my 15 years, I've literally had maybe 1 or 2 appraisals that have come in low. And the reason why is because either me or my assistant Maggie will be at the house with the appraiser. I'm showing them comps, showing the value of the house, so they do less work. Appraisers love that. And you go in there, bring some donuts, bring a snack, bring some coffee.
Butter them up.
Because they don't want to disappoint somebody that's super nice.
Totally.
I mean, it's like
a relationship business. It's like, just treat everyone well.
Yeah.
Connect with them. Have that good energy. Your energy is so important. Bring that genuine desire to serve, and like doors will just open up for you.
Yeah. And if you do get a low appraisal, then call that appraisal and say, F you. What are you doing?
Get a new appraiser.
You're killing my deal. No. I when I've had him before, I was able to call the lender. If I'm the buyer's agent and I know the lender, then I'm on that lender. Hey, let's get a new appraisal. Let's get a rebuttal. I show them the comps. Like, look at these comps. Like, it's super obvious, right?
Yeah. You sell them on the result that you want to get.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And as a listing agent, again, like I said, I go to the house with the appraisal and I'm there. As a buyer's agent, I do the same thing, but most buyer's agents don't do that. Okay. But again, in my 15-year career, that's only happened twice. So if you follow those steps, then you're good. Another question. All right.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
There we go.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
No. All right. Hold
This
on.
iPad's a little different.
Here it is. What CRM
okay.
do you use?
It's weird. It got thrown.
I use it's a Salesforce CRM called Property Base. I don't like it. I
Wasn't it really expensive too?
it's about $200 a month. It's not like
Okay.
super expensive. I'm gonna get one that's a little bit more expensive, but it's great. It's called Sierra Interactive, SIERRA Interactive. A lot of agents use it now. They have great texting program where you can put a prospect on there and it'll send them drip text. It'll do that with emails. It's great. So I'm gonna get on that next month. But yeah, any CRM works, right? Like just get on a CRM to organize your contacts. Let's see. All right, guys. I think we're good to go. I love that question. How do I look as good as you two? Well, the way to do it is just be
Pineapple hat. The pineapple hat.
Just be by a beautiful girlfriend, and she'll make you look good.
Aw, thanks.
All right, guys.
Thanks for the questions, guys.
Yes, thanks for joining again.
luck.
If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Instagram, and I can connect you with JJ. Her Instagram handle is.
I'm not doing Instagram. I'm on LinkedIn. If you just search JJ Johnson, you'll find me. There's not a lot.
JJ Johnson. I also repost a lot of her great posts because they're very, very powerful. So if you go to my profile, Paul Salazar or JJ Johnson, you'll be able to find us. And again, you can reach out to her there.
Yeah.
You can reach out to me, and I can give you her contact information. But yeah, she works with agents. She works with me. She works with other entrepreneurs. So she's always happy to help out. All right, guys. See you later. Bye.
Bye.